Hello, my friends. Dorothy here. I'm going to talk about a really interesting aspect that we have coming up on May 25th and 26th. Posting this on May 22nd. We're already feeling it, but the exact dates of this aspect we have coming up is super important. Let's talk about it. It is Mars is at 19 degrees and 24 minutes of Aries. Ding, ding, ding. That is an activation point for the solar eclipse we had on April 8th. This is important. I talked about it earlier in May when Mercury was at that point, and that earlier in May was activating, like the 4th or 5th, was activating a lot of information and communication. Now, with Mars at 19 degrees of Aries, I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see it. Now, with Mars at 19 degrees of Aries, there it is. My face would get out of the way. Um, it's all about activating our independence, our courage, and having assertion. But let's look at the charts just real quick. I'm really going to give you the logical, practical ways of using this transit over the weekend of May 25th, 26th. It's Memorial Day weekend here in the United States. So there's a lot of energy here. And again, I want you to look back to April 6th. Here's today. Here is, I say today, but here's May 25th, just as it is exact, but it is all well within range from the time I post this till we get through the 27th. But this is the exact moment it is exactly at that eclipse point. Here's the eclipse chart. Planets are in different places because it's different times of day. There it is, 19 degrees, 24 minutes. And this is what it looks like together. That's it for the astrology. Let's talk about what this means. So I'm going to go do another share. I'll be right there. And just something to look at besides my face. Okay. So here we are on May 25th and 26th, especially Mars at 19 degrees of Aries conjuncts that solar eclipse point from April 8th. Love, love, love this. Now, it's a big deal because it activates what was going on back then. That was a new moon solar eclipse. And those things, while it was a spectacle to see, it was just wonderful and it felt amazing. And it was all of those things. And you didn't have to see it to gather the energy of it. You don't have to. But what you can do now is look at where you want to take some steps. Right now, our lunar phase, we're going to have a full moon tomorrow from the posting of this. That video is already posted, so please, guys, go look for that. I'll attach it to this video. So, what do we want to do? We're going to be feeling like we have more courage, more independence, and feeling like we can do something. So assertion, courage, independence, right? Yeah. All right. Because Mars is in its own sign of Aries. It's got that drive. It wants to take action. And we just feel like we can go get them, right? And let's do it. I really want to stand up for myself. I really want to be brave. I want to do something. I'm feeling a little more courageous about something right now in my life, just buying a car, but that's not something that's easy for me to do. Do it once every 12 years or so. It's not that often, so it's a little scary sometimes, but I'm just feeling like the courage of this. You know why? Because my Mars is in Aries, but this is activating that too. This is activating that eclipse point. Where's your Aries? That area is activated. So for me, it is building courage, the courage that I actually have inside, but I don't usually bring it out that often. And so, how is it working for you? Are you feeling assertive? Do you feel like you've got a little boost of courage now? Or are you just feeling like F everything and I feel really independent about something and I don't want to go any further? Those are things that we'll feel when Mars is activating this eclipse point, right? Yeah. All right. Here's another picture for us. Here's oh, yeah, that's the picture I was talking about. Assertion, courage, independence. Yeah, that's what we have going on with that. Another thing, so here's other processes and ways that we can use it. And it gives us um a plan, right? How can we use it? What are those themes? What is the advice here? And the advice is for us to reflect, right? So take some time right now because we can really feel a lot of these potential triggers of this, right? Where we can feel very activated and even like sometimes we can feel a little nervous or stressed about it, but lots of times we can use this energy, this intense energy, to direct it into something so we don't feel like we're too hasty on making decisions. It's a balancing act. There's no doubt about it. So what we can do so we're not too hasty is to reflect and plan, right? That's some of the insight that we get. So we want to reflect, we want to plan that mindful action. We want that too, so we can create that personal growth. So look at where this is in your astrology so you can get more insight as to like what house it's in. Is it connecting with something in your own astrology chart? And if you're really into astrology, you already know because that's where the eclipse was on April 8th. All right. So you already have that insight. That's also where Mercury was in early May. And that gave us the insight and added information. And now, while Mars is at that eclipse point as well, now's the time to take action, to have that courage, and to feel that strength. And that's what we get with all of these, with the whole batch of these energies, right? That's what we get with that. So let me stop my share. There we go. So so in a nutshell, to me, or conclusion, if you will, this is just a wonderful astrological moment, astrological opportunity, which echoes the theme of what we saw on April 8th, and as well as clues and information we may have received early May when Mercury was there. Calls for us to be assertive and courageous and independent, right? Giving us a chance to, in a sense, harness that potential energy so we can direct it mindfully towards something that's important, right? So we get to, I love this because this can help us to really move forward. We're in the full moon stage at this point of this of this activation. We'll be in the full moon because the full moon is on May 23rd. And that phase lasts for a couple of days, as it always does. Yeah, the full moon's like at 9 a.m. on the 23rd. Again, I have that video out there already, so I'll connect that together. I'm just looking at my ephemeris here. And so, yeah, so we're in that full moon phase. We're really, and then slowly into the disseminating phase, which means it brings complete and full lightness to us, bright, like light, so we can really see a lot. That's what full moons are about. And with Mars coming to that eclipse point just a couple days after a full moon, a lot of information is coming to us and a lot of insight as to actions that we can take that will help advance our own personal agendas and wants and needs. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Comment, like, share. Let me tell you, 85% of people who watch my videos are not subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, you might think you have, but you might not have. So double check, hit subscribe. And when you comment below, it really helps the algorithms because the algorithms are really stinky these days. Yeah. All right. Namaste, everybody. And hey, if you want more, I do this in depth on Patreon every single week, tier 3. Come and financially support me there if you like. Blessings.